Welcome to another episode of Thrasher Opera House Presents. How you doing, Riley?
Just great, thank you.
Today we are going to talk about the Green Lake Festival of Music. It is not a music festival in a big field. I know what anyone who knows the Festival of Music is like, duh, of course not. But anyone who just hears the name might assume that it's like a festival. Tents
and bouncy castles and banners.
Right. So today we're telling our Thrasher audience, our Thrasher patrons, all about the Green Lake Festival of Music. It is a chamber music and classical music concert series that takes place during the summer in multiple venues. Thrasher is one of those venues, and in the Ripon, Appleton, Green Lake surrounding area. And this organization is a nonprofit organization that brings in this genre of music to our area that we normally don't have a lot of classical music happening.
We're fortunate to have this quality of music presented in an area like this. Mm-hmm. Many places don't have it, don't have any idea that it exists.
Absolutely. And I guess we're here to tell you today that you don't have to drive to Madison or Milwaukee in order to take in a classical concert.
No, you can see the Spectral Quartet here.
Yeah. So we sat down with Sam Handley, who is the executive director of the Festival of Music, and had him tell us a little bit more about it. We'll play that interview in a minute, but you've been working with the festival longer than I have, and
for some time now.
Probably, yeah, a long time. They've been in existence since 1979. I didn't realize how long that nonprofit or that organization has been around. Really cool that a classical music organization can last that long in a rural community.
I think that points to a lot of strengths to be able to maintain a nonprofit presenter in an area like this for 45 years.
Yeah. And for us, for Thrasher, we're glad to be partnering with them because it allows us to have sort of this classical music series in our space. Our space is just perfect for it. It was almost built for that purpose. And we don't present a lot of classical, partially because I have this partner organization that does. So every year when we get to have the 4 or 5 concerts from the Green Lake Festival of Music, we really look forward to it.
Right. And since you mentioned the symbiosis, the lovely Steinway piano that we have here at Thrasher that many artists like and some get to play. Love, yes, they love it. No one complains about that piano. That actually belongs to the festival.
Yep. Yeah, there's lots of ways that we get to partner, and Sam and I have been talking about more ways that we can. It's the possibilities are endless. But I think what we'll do is we'll just turn it over to the interview and let Sam tell everybody more about the goodness that is the Green Lake Festival of Music. This week, I am speaking with Sam Handley, the executive director of the Green Lake Festival of Music. Welcome.
Thanks. So good to be with you, Rachael.
Thanks for speaking on our podcast today. You're about to kick off the 43rd season of the Green Lake Festival of Music. And I don't know that all of Thrasher's patrons or all of our listeners really know much about the Green Lake Festival of Music. So I think we'll start by having you just explain what is the Green Lake Festival of Music.
The Green Lake Festival of Music was founded in 1979 by some people, and I quote, who believed that this community deserved great music. And they were some friends of Doug Morris, who was one of the professors in Ripon College, about 10 miles from here. And some other music aficionados brought in the Miracourt Trio to do a few concerts that first started in 1980.
Where was that first concert? I'm just curious.
Oh, it wasn't at Thrasher.
Sorry.
I don't know. I was 5, Rachel.
I don't know. I didn't know if it was folklore.
So after 1980, we started expanding, and soon thereafter, Sir David Wilcox was brought aboard to run a choral institute, and from that became a children's chorus. Then, not long after that, in I think the early 1990s, Jeanette Creston started a chamber music camp with her daughter Anthea, and they they ran a camp for pre-professional chamber players, instrumentalists. And in the most recently, we have added a composer residency to promote the music of living composers. That primarily we have incorporated choral composers, but in the future we'll be also including composers of instrumental music too. So we do now, it's 2022, we will have 22 concerts from the beginning of June, or June 10th, to the middle of August. And we will be at the Thrasher quite a few times. Thanks always for having us.
We love it.
But we're committed to the entire community around. So we have concerts in as far away as Appleton and Oshkosh, and sometimes even in Chicago, and in Fond du Lac, and we certainly do a good bit at Ripon because that's part of our heritage. Our Chamber Music Institute was still in residency at Ripon College, so we spend 2 weeks in the dormitories there and using the performance and rehearsal facilities that are available to us there.
So this might sound like a dumb question to you because you think about this all the time, but what is the genre of music that the Green Lake Festival presents?
Not a dumb question at all. We have a focus for classical music, but we also present jazz and folk music. We incorporate almost all of the various idioms within classical music, certainly piano, string music, some orchestral, some wind ensemble, some jazz ensemble. We do a good bit of choral music, as I mentioned, and then we specifically have a string quartet residency and a piano residency, and we are very focused on entertaining and educating the younger generation. So one of the things that we're most excited about this season is a collaboration with the Boys and Girls Club, that we are going to bring back the children's chorus that we had to let go at a certain point in history, but this year we bring him back for the second week of June. We'll be in collaboration with the Boys and Girls Club, and we'll have Magdalena Delgado as the chorus master. She is a fantastic educator and musician from the Chicago Children's Chorus, and I couldn't be more excited. We're going to have a concert. They're going to have afternoons of just music and singing and fun, and then a concert.
It's really exciting. I think for folks around here, the Green Lake Festival of Music is, I think, the only place that really brings classical music to our area. The college does some things during the school year, but if you're looking for that classical music fix during the summer, this is where you get it.
Absolutely.
And super cool to be bringing it to the younger generation, because the arts in general are just kind of disappearing for the younger generation, like in the classroom. So this is a good way for kids who are interested in that or who want to maybe have that experience for the first time to get involved. If there are any parents listening who are like, I kind of want my kid to do that, is it just for the Boys and Girls Club?
It is through the Boys and Girls Club, and it will be in Ripon first. You'll start seeing sign-up opportunities in the Ripon area first, but it will be through the Boys and Girls Club Tri-County.
Okay.
And so you can reach out to them for registration and so forth. Obviously, one of the things that we're most focused on first is safety and making sure that the kids are safe and everything is taken care of as necessary.
Sure.
And so the Boys and Girls Club have been fantastic about background checks and safety and organizing so that all of that stuff is been taken care of. And consequently, they're making sure that registration goes through the Boys and Girls Club for that.
So I want to back up a little bit to when I first met you, which was a couple years ago.
Yeah. It was not that long ago, really, but
it felt like a long time ago.
It feels like a pandemic ago almost.
Yeah, so both of us sort of took over our current roles right before the pandemic happened, and neither one of us really knew what a normal season of operations would be. I don't want to say things are back to normal just yet, because that would feel like jinxing it. So I didn't say that. But how does it feel to be launching into a season that is the most normal that you would have experienced?
Well, that's the reason we call this the sunrise season. So thanks for that. It's everything I hoped it would be when I first started talking about taking on this job, and because there's so much that we do. I mean, it's a festival. It's fun. It's exciting. So, but we do, like I said, on average about 20 concerts. Last year we did 21. This year we're doing 22. But this is the first year where we also have this Choral Institute back with the composer residency, with the Chamber Music Institute, and all of the children's chorus. So it feels very exciting. One of my predecessors, Laura Deming, whom I adore, first talked to me about, well, can you keep a lot of balls in the air? And it does feel like that, but it feels like I can do it. You know, like you see somebody who can juggle, and it's all like just move. It's almost like magic, right? It's amazing to watch it happen. And because we have a lot of great collaborators, and we have a lot of great staff, and we have a lot of amazing musicians, and I'm overwhelmed about the level of musicians that we're able to have with us this summer. It's all just like, it's flowing, it's happening, and I don't ever want us to have anything normal. So there's nothing, and it should never be normal, you know, like it should be exceptional. Like magic and music are very close words. And so it should feel like magic. It induces vibrations within us, and it shouldn't, it shouldn't ever feel like, oh,
Monday,
that was a concert.
Yeah.
Went to that. No, you should feel like you just witnessed something.
Energized.
And you will. Mm-hmm. This summer is going to be really good.
So thinking about the patrons who are watching this podcast today who maybe have never experienced a Green Lake Festival concert before, what it would be one or two of them that you would recommend checking out?
Well, June 10th will be our opening concert. We're starting with Lunart, is an ensemble that is based out of Madison, Wisconsin, but it is performers from all around the world, actually. And Lunart is an organization that promotes female composers and performers. So all of the performers will be females, and all of the music they'll be performing will be female composers.
Cool.
Which is a theme that carries out throughout the entire season for us. It's part of why the theme of Sunrise Season makes sense, because of, you know, we are experiencing a rebirth, a resurgence, and a renewal, and there could be, I mean, do you mind if I talk about like
no, nobody out there knows this is happening.
Nobody knows. No, but like the idea of birth and rebirth is a very feminine concept, and also the strength and resilience that it takes just to be a woman, period. But to be a mother and to generate, you know, something big and important, very feminine. So all of our performers will be female this summer, except for a couple of performers in the the Choral Institute. Who
came up with this theme for your? Because a lot of thought has gone into the theme for your season, obviously. So is this something you are a nonprofit, so you have a board of directors?
We have a great board, and we have a program committee, very smart, mostly women, and we also have. Our composer this summer is Elaine Hagenberg. So then the other concert that came to mind right away for me was the Izuri Quartet, they are one of the preeminent quartets right now. For those who are also, like you say, not, you know, immediately knowledgeable about string quartets, but they recently won the Cleveland Award, which is one of the most prestigious awards in the entire string quartet world. And recently, they are the current winners. And it's such a prestigious award, they only give it out every other year. So it's a 2-year award. So they'll be with us, all females. So they were secured fairly early on in our season. And so with Elaine and with the Izuri Quartet, and then with Lunart, then all of a sudden, you know, one of the pianists that we were considering for our piano residency, Anastasia Magaveva, is going to be with us, and it just sort of fell into place.
It's like the universe gave you all these Wonderful gifts for this.
And again, tying it together with rebirth and renewal made absolute sense to think of like this really cohesive theme that ties in also with our logo. A lot of people think looks like a sunset, but
perfect.
I think it looks like a sunrise.
I guess.
And right. And so whether you live on the east side of the lake or the west side of the lake may determine that. But it's a glass half empty or glass half full. And
beautiful either way.
It is. But I think our glass is more than half full. And I would say our cup runneth over, actually. We're really, really fortunate this summer.
Well, Thrasher feels very fortunate to be able to sort of partner with you guys on these shows. I always say shows because we have shows, concerts. Forgive me.
We make it a show. We have a good time.
Definitely. So you have a couple other venues, but we're so glad and so honored that some of these concerts get to happen on our stage. It is really a beautiful room to hear that genre of music happen in. So we're really, really looking forward to it.
We're looking forward to being here. This is the opening night at Thrasher. We hope will be that way forever. And it has been for a long time. It's always been sponsored by Lynn Grout-Paul in honor of her husband her former husband who passed away, that was one of the founders of the festival. Right. And we're always very excited to make that special memory happen and to have it happen at Thrasher. It's special because Thrasher is special and Green Lake is special, and one of the things that I think makes Green Lake special is the Green Lake Festival, which is the first reason I discovered Green Lake, but I love it here.
So if somebody wants to come to a concert or find out more about a concert, how do they go about that?
You can absolutely look at greenlakefestival.org. And you can find us on Facebook at Green Lake Festival of Music. We also have an Instagram account. We would love to follow you and have you to follow us, because we also have a mascot named Fox Red Finzi, who is an active Instagrammer. So you can try to help out and look for Finzi.
We should have had Finzi here today.
It's his day at daycare. It's his day for extra training and
Finzi's
extra fun. Finzi is 15 months old, but he is a Labrador, so he's still very, very puppy. Very puppy.
Well, thank you, Sam. Thanks for chatting with me today. And, in a couple of short weeks, we're kicking it off.
We sure are.
With that first concert.
That's right. We're excited.
We'll see you back
We
then.
don't charge for tickets. We're excited to have anybody come to join us. We are family friendly and open and inclusive all the way around, so we want everybody to come and join us and join in the fun and take in all the great season that we put together.
It's absolutely wonderful. I hope folks do come check it out.
Yeah, they will. We will. I'll be there. Come see us.
All right, we'll see you then.
All right, thanks much.